Inside here is one of my main free fertilizer. Yes. And this is simply made from kitchen scraps. Everything that I use in the kitchen, like my fruits and my vegetables, this will boost your garden. And I did say that this is one. Inside this one, I have some horse manure in sawdust in water. So that is manure tea or manure water over there. And this is my compost tea. And it has been doing well in my garden. Right? So, I get a lot of questions about my liquid fertilizer. The main one that I get is, why don't I dilute my fertilizer? No, I don't dilute my fertilizers simply because I water before I add it to my containers. And I will touch a little deeper on that after I finish answering this part. So when I water before, the liquid fertilizer, when I pour it in the container, it will be diluted with that watering that I did before. So it will not burn my plants. Alright, so you have to water thoroughly. No, when I had a smaller garden, I sometimes would do foliar spraying. At that point, I have to, I I repeat, I have to dilute it. And that's simply because it would have damaged my plants. And I can only speak on it because I've experienced it. The first time I did foliar spray on my garden, I did not dilute, right? And of course, my leaves, they were damaged. A lot of my plants were damaged. For example, if I'm pouring this in my raised bed where I have my pineapples, if I pour it inside of the plant, that's the pineapple sucker. If I pour it inside, the entire middle will burn out. That's how powerful the liquid homemade fertilizer is. So even though it is vegetables and fruits that you use in the garden, remember, it is placed in a container, the sun is on it, and it breaks down. So it's concentrated. Hence why diluting come into play. No, I do not water my plants with the liquid fertilizer. What is she saying? Well, what I mean is that I water my soil. I don't try to get the liquid fertilizer on my plants. None at all. Even if I'm moving as fast as lightning bolt, yeah, I focus on feeding my soil and in turn do what it does best to my plants and they produce. Get me? If you don't get me, drop your questions in the comments. And if you get me, still drop it in the comment section so I know that, I answered the question properly because I don't want to leave anybody behind. We're in this together. Okay? How are you all doing this morning? I hope you are well. It is such a blessing to be alive. It is such a blessing to be here, standing in front of you, in this virtual space. It is such a blessing. To God be the glory. I just want to thank all of you for tuning in. I appreciate you all. God continue to bless and keep you and your family always. Of course, I don't have all the answers, but I've had experiences over the years. All right, if I can answer, I will. If I cannot, I still will answer and tell you that I don't know because I don't know everything. It's a continuous learning process. And also for the persons that have small gardens and you can manage to blend your kitchen scraps, I'm telling you, that one is a bomber. When I tell you that that one is a bomber, I kid you not. You just blend them, bury them in your soil. I don't blend for some time now, but when I'm ready, I will add some kitchen scraps to my containers, right? So whatever wiggly worms are inside there, they will feed on it and they will produce me castings. You get me? Yeah, no gatekeeping. I want us all to grow our food and I want us all to be successful. Of course, because I'm not using the blended kitchen scraps and I don't bury the kitchen scraps as often as before because I'm using the horse manure, the cured horse manure currently, which I still use chicken manure, I still use rabbit manure. They are not readily available to me, so I use what is readily available to me. And horse manure, like the others, they are rich in nitrogen, potassium, and phosphorus. It's just that they have a higher nitrogen content than the others. And so I balance it out with my liquid fertilizer. And another thing, for your fruiting plants, you want to always make sure that you had some banana skins or bananas that are going bad. The right bananas, sometimes you can get them from the market, you know, the ones that are going bad, and you cut them up and you add them to your liquid fertilizer because you want to make sure you have that high potassium content in your liquid fertilizer to satisfy the needs of your fruiting plants. So of course you're going to get all the primary nutrients and a ton of secondary ones, but just to make sure, because your plants in their fruiting stage require much potassium. All right, so I hope that answer. I don't remember the question exactly, but based on that explanation, it should answer that particular question about having potassium in your garden and banana water and all of that. Of course, you can make your banana water separately if you want to, but I just add everything in here. It has been working for me, so I just continue. In my earlier stage of gardening, I used to have everything separated. I just put everything together because sometimes I'll even add some horse manure inside here, right? So yeah, and my coffee grounds and my Epsom salts. I used to do all of those separate. I used to have my coffee grounds water, my banana water, my Epsom salt water, my liquid fertilizer or my compost tea, yeah, my manure tea, everything used to be separate. And I just started using everything together and it works. So I just continue. All right. So I hope your questions have been answered. This keeps me going when you question me. When you question me, because sometimes, you know, I'm just going about, you know, my gardening and I may not answer your unasked questions. So you may be watching and seeing, you know, to get some answers and you don't because they didn't voice it. Please voice them in the comments. All right, please, because sometimes a girl brain get full, you know, man. Sometimes, you know, you have so much on the brain and not everybody has been watching me from day one. So my day oneers, big up on yourselves, or my day twoers or threeers or fours. Yeah. Some people came on board in recent times, so they don't have a clue of what I've been doing. So yeah, your comments, your questions, they do go a long way and it helped me to know where you at. You understand? And what I can do to help, because we're in this together. I don't want anybody to be left behind, right? Don't be afraid to drop your questions. Like I said, I don't have all the answers, but one thing for sure, I will answer. I will respond. All right? So, yeah. I hope this was helpful. I hope this was helpful. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, walk good. Come garden with me now, man.
What a nice place to live. Sweet jam.